Thanks for tuning in once again. Today we are diving into exciting arrival of a legendary Beastmaster, whom I'm also referred to as Hero V throughout this video. He's the newest protagonist to join the DQT Global, and we've been eagerly waiting for a debut for another anniversary hero. With the anticipation running high, it's time to dig and see if this guy actually lives up to the hype. 3 months back, I rated Hero 5 a perfect 5 out of 5 during my high level review when he's first released in JP. Now, in this video, we are taking a closer look at him and how the meta has changed since his JP launch, possibly affecting the rating. I put together a quick one-pager highlight Hero 5's key features like his 20% AoE damage reduction, odd turn buffs with the status ailment cleanse ability, the great leader skill for a breath team. This is your go-to summary for all you too long didn't read folks. But for all you detail lovers though, stick around, we deep dive into his kit. Now, looking at his skills. First up is B skill, a whoosh single target which has a chance to induce sleep. It's similar to Solo and 2's B-Rank skill, offering a full range attack but swaps paralysis confusion for a sleep. And next, we have his A-Rank Sis AoE skill, a strong breath attack akin to Solo's Giga Sword but with a wider range, making it his main DPS skill. Now onto his signature move, Breath of the Sky Dragon. This A-Rank skill not only deals good damage, but also bypasses damage reduction and cuts through the last stands, aka Immortal, making it like a Pop's Medrova, but instead it's a single target skill usable every turn, unlike Pop's 2-turn cooldown and limited charges. Now moving on to his coup de grace, which requires 3 turns to use, a powerful 2-hit whoosh attack. It starts with a strong whoosh hit as center point and follows up with a 3x3 square AoE whoosh attack. It's a devastating finisher, especially dealing critical damage to whoosh weakness foes. Although it's great AoE whoosh finisher, I'm a bit disappointed by its slightly smaller AoE range compared to Solo's coup de grace. It's just a minor difference, but for new unit, I expected an upgrade over previous models. I hope you would all agree, right? Well, now let's move on to the next skill though, but I need dedicated page for it because it's so unique and new concept. Before we get into this, big thanks to dearWrangler for the JP version images. Now let's talk about Nakamayobi, a direct translation is call on an ally. It's a first of its kind skill allowing you to summon a unit from the list on the screen, who can act immediately. Unlike Maya or Mina, this makes this skill a lot more practical in actual fights. Here are the monsters you can summon. Mason or Golems, a cover unit with a high defense level, providing Hero 5 with excellent protection. Also, they complement each other with the different resistances. Gudian or Pieru in JP terms, an attacker with average DPS skill but a handy multi-hit option and a buff spell for ally defense. Plating or Meki in JP, a healer with a multi-heal and a spell resistance skill, great counter against likes of Dragonoid Baram. Hero 5's versatility and ability to summon unique units for specific tasks makes him incredibly adaptable for a wide range of situations. Now here are some of the remaining key passives. First, 20% damage boost when his HP is over 50%, which unlocks at Awakening 3. Weaker than Solo, but still very good passive. Next, he has 10% HP and a 5% MP recovery every turn. This is another common skill for anniversary heroes. Last but by no means the least, he has a follow-up attack when he allies attack an enemy within his 1 to 3 range. This attack not only deals good damage, but also heals Hero 5 for 50% of the damage dealt. It enhances his damage output, survivability, but not only that, it also helps counter enemies with barriers and last stand abilities. Let's do the usual hero check. So check out the comparison chart below to see how Hero 5 stacks up against Solo and 2. Green represents areas where a unit excels, while pink shows where it falls behind the others. The Hero 5 skill stats are generally on par with other weight 65 heroes, with notably high HP thanks to the plus 100 HP passive at 5 Awakening. In terms of damage reduction for the units themselves, Solo leads with 30% DR, but it's a conditional and only for himself. Hero 5 offers a 20% damage reduction, which also extends to nearby allies. And2 provides 10% DR, but it's a field buff that stacks with units' own DR. Each hero has its pros and cons in this section, making it hard to rank them in order. All 3 heroes comes with status immunity, but Hero 5 can only cleanse on odd turns, leaving him vulnerable on even turns. In this category, Solo stands out with 3 cleanses a fight. For more details on their signature skills, dive into the comparisons chart to see how Hero 5 measures up to other 2. But in short though, each of these heroes brings really unique and valuable attributes to the table. Now let's dive into Hero 5's strengths and weaknesses. His strengths. Hero 5s are incredibly versatile, featuring a unique summon monster skill, a 20% auto AoE damage reduction, a spammable Medros breath skill, and a fantastic leader skill for a non-Dark Lord breath teams. His Medro breath skills is highly effective against resilient meta enemies, and I think for that we'll see less of And2 and Darkonian Slime in RTF moving forward. Now on to weaknesses. Counters. Hero 5 faces a direct counter from newer units introduced shortly after his release, making him vulnerable to quick meta shifts. Second point, a damage reduction. Hero 5's AoE DR is excellent as a party support, but the 20% damage reduction for himself is on the low side, so use it with caution, especially at low awakenings. Status immunity. Hero 5 status immunity is less robust than Solo, leaving him vulnerable to status effects on even turns, so watch out especially for paralysis. Damage output and synergy. His damage output is good but not top tier, and he lacks synergy with Young Terry for use in PvE and struggles in that dominant physical team meta. Also, breath attacks in general have limited damage potential as they don't scale with any of the basic stats and lacks the attack buff equivalent or physical team. Auto AI. Hero 5 doesn't automatically use his summon monsters ability in auto mode, and he lacks support skills to stop him diving into enemies' GVG defense, making him easier target. Overall, Hero 5's impact in PvE seems less significant compared to Solo's first month. However, despite his shortcomings, he remains dominant force in most PvP mode. Speaking of upcoming units, as mentioned, the road ahead is a tough one for Hero 5. Many of the upcoming units seem designed to counter him directly. For example, Rex, a Hero 5's son, poses threat with a powerful bang attack targeting Hero 5's elemental weaknesses, alongside Frizz. Ladger is another nemesis, wielding a formidable Frizz attack that bypasses damage reduction. Hijinks introduces for the first time the breastbound status for 3 turns, making Hero 5 unable to damage him unless summons a monster or weaker damage capabilities. Adding to the challenge, many of these units have Scizz resistance, which is Hero 5's primary source of damage, leaving him only with his single target skills. Therefore, these upcoming units present a potential challenge and vulnerabilities for Hero 5, as even powerhouse like him may eventually meet his match. I may have highlighted his shortcomings a bit too much, but let's not forget his major advantage against many of the game's current top meta-defining units. For instance, His typeless attack bypasses Antu 3 times last stance. He also effective against Darkonium Slime, Diamond Slime, and the upcoming Kaiser Metal thanks to his typeless breath that ignores their damage reduction. Jinx J's status ailment and a Zam attack have no to limited effect on Hero 5 during the first turn, effectively neutralizing her blitz capabilities. Evasion unit like Mystical Juliante struggle against Hero 5 because all breath attacks do not miss the mark, and her charm doesn't affect him on the first turn. Even resilient top tier units like Hadler, Zenlong, and Solo finds their damage reduction meaningless against Hero 5's typeless attack, and Hero 5 can also exploit their elemental weaknesses. So rest assured, Hero 5 is a versatile and great counter against some of the DQT's best units. Now, the final verdict. I've given Hero 5 a 4.5 rating for both low and high awakening. He's commonly used in PvE guides but falls short of solo in damaging potential, especially with young Terry's team, leading to rating decrease. Nonetheless, he's a strong PvE choice mainly due to his AoE damage reduction and his unique summoning skill. Hero 5 also shines in 2 TNT stages, Brabus and Woodwind. Overall, his value addition and nearly a must pull for a PvE for the next few months. In PvP, Awakening 1 Hero 5 can be put to good use in various content, except for GBG defense. At High Awakening, Hero 5 deserves a 4.5 rating, coming close to Perfect 5.0. He initially earned a perfect score, but I had to mark him down due to the incoming counters I mentioned. Nevertheless, his adaptability keeps him high demand, making him one of the most frequently used units in RTA and JP, despite Amin's attempt to reduce his meta value. Overall, Hero 5 is a fantastic unit to go for. Pulling at least one copy will not disappoint you. If you go all in for him with the intent to use him in the PvP, you just have to come up with a strategy to overcome these future counter units, and I'm sure there are ways you can devise those. Once again, thank you for watching this detailed guide to the end. Please like and subscribe to show some love for the channel and keep this content engine running strong. Catch you in the next one.